Hey family, welcome to Family Meeple. I'm Raymond and this has been waiting for a while. So I just received it yesterday morning and it's my first opportunity to get it to the table and unbox. It is completely sealed still. I haven't been in here, but very excited to dig in. This is the first output from CMON's brand new DC Superheroes United. The name DC United already taken by a football club, I believe. So let's dig in and have a look at what we've got. So we've got some nice graphics on the outside, lots of nice familiar faces, beautiful graphics as always. So that's Hush himself, the name of the box, obviously with Batman in here. Okay, so you have the choice of orientation when you put your box on your shelf. And look at that glorious artwork on the front cover. As always, beautiful stuff. So we've got lots of familiar characters. Let's have a look. This is the Batman Hush set. This is the non-Kickstarter pre-release, I guess. And there's been a lot of interesting conversations, in fact, out there in the groups, in the community around the style of the minis and how they've potentially developed over time. So maybe not quite so chibi as they were when they were originally released under the Marvel banner, and maybe taken on a bit more of a slightly different style of their own. We've got a list of all the components, ridiculous amount of components. This is jam-packed, and this is 1 to 5 players. So let's have a look. So I'm guessing the 5-player mode, going by what we've seen to date with Marvel, will be a 1v-many version of the game. So let's dig in. And yeah, I am a fan of DC, particularly the Batman stuff, and I think it's Superman I grew up on, right? It's my age, my era. Superman for me was Christopher Reeves, right? So this is a core box set. So we dig into that. That seemed like a really bad edit and jump. I don't know why. So we'll dig in. So let's have a look. So we've got a nice little free CMON content. Feel free to scan that and get some free content. Okay, so everything is nice and flush. I mean, it really is jam-packed. There is no air in here at all. We get a whole bunch of tokens, which of course all very, very familiar with. So yeah, so we get our thugs and civilians on the flip side. We get our crisis tokens and our health counters for the villains and henchmen potentially. This is, I don't know if I've come across what this is actually officially. So, and again, we've got some more very familiar tokens. Yes, we've got 4 of these, 1 for each of the players. We've got knockout tokens for those. We get the BAMs, so good to see those come back, which already tells us that there are characters, heroes in this box that have that limit the BAM ability of either the main villain themselves or potentially henchmen, so that's good. We get obviously our normal tokens around your attack tokens, heroic feats and moves, as well as the wild tokens. And again, I have seen these before in Marvel United, but I can't remember. Well, I think they're expediting potentially the villain's move or moving back the villain's move, and this would be a poison ivy counter. And you can see how easy these are to pop out because this one's already broken free and I've barely opened the box. So let's move that up there so we don't get a sneaky peek of those minis that we will absolutely dig into. Okay, so pop those to side. Is this taped? It is not taped. Oh, I like that. Okay, so Dig into the rulebooks? Yeah, go on, let's go ahead. Okay, so what fun are we expecting to see? We have 4 heroes. We have 1 Superman controlled. So the purple characters, so they can be played as a hero or be played as a villain. And we have 3 villains, being Hush, the Joker, and Harley Quinn. We have our mission guide that sits across the board for keeping track of our miniatures. We have 8 locations, which is standard for a core box. We've got 3 villain dashboards, all of our event cards. We've got some challenges, which, looking at them, 2 challenge cards, looks like you just remove your wild. We have got the super villain card, so that's where you're playing 1v many, or in fact PvP. We've got all the normal tokens and a villain tracker as well, so you can see that come back. So that's another colour to add to the items we've already got. And we do get equipment cards as well as battle plan cards. And it looks like there's a bit of a nuance to Hush as well. 4 mission cards, so we've got an additional mission card for potentially one of the villains. So this is the first time, I think, beyond the original core box for season 3. No, season 3, yeah, season 3 had the introduced equipment for Marvel United. So straight in there with equipment with DC United. I'm going to be referring to that as DC United, so deal with it. So we've got some specific equipment card for the heroes, as well as generic equipment cards as well for those heroes that don't have equipment. Then we get the main rules of play. I dare say there's very little difference in here around activating the BAM, adding thugs and civilians, resolving actions, the turn sequence, putting the enemy under pressure till the next villain turn. Hush redirects the first damage, so there's a specific there for Hush. We've got the familiar missions there. Some challenges, the equipment, hero damage, additional rules. Here we go. Yeah, villain delayed or accelerated, invulnerable. That's the one. Flip it over, it's play randomly or face down. Here we go. So they are what those extra tokens did that I couldn't quite identify. So this one, so equipment. So yeah, we'll see this as we go through. But you've got a front side where you can use equipment. When you've used it, you flip it over and you have to then recharge your equipment. And the example is at the start of a later turn, Batman decides to recharge his Batarang. He discards a heroic feat token and turns his equipment card face up, ready to be used again. So recharge at the beginning of your turn, discard 1 action token, any action, and flip this back up. But it does have to be a token. And there we go, we've got the super villain mode. So this is 1 player playing and controlling the villain versus however many heroes you want to play, up to 4. And we've got the new commander solo mode as well, so you can shuffle up a number of heroes. So choose a team of 4 supporting heroes. Their figures won't be used, you'll just use one of them, and then they are working as a team, working around the board. And there'll be some interesting nuances, I think, some of that stuff where it talks about who's taking damage and whatnot, particularly when you've got multiple players taking damage, how all that stuff plays out. But yeah, you've got the rules summary on the back, which I always appreciate as well. Okay, that's it for the rule book. Let's dig into here, and I do like that little attention to detail, right? That's where they sit, and you can see they've got that DC Superheroes United on there. I do like that. Oh, it smells great. New stuffs. Okay, we've got. Ooh, I don't know. I think my problem with DC is I know more about Marvel than I do DC. So a lot of this stuff, afraid I have to confess, I'm not going to be as familiar to me in terms of locations and things like that. So this Bristol Township, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Leave a comment below. Let me know what that is. I will look all this stuff up anyway, obviously. But yeah, so apologies, folks. Obviously, I haven't dug in here yet, so I can't give any additional information. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. Way! Helping, not being helped by having a scalpel in my hand and trying not to stab myself. There we go. Pick up 52. Or 8 in this case. Okay, let's have a look to see if I can get my green screen to work. Okay, so there we go. So the end of your turn, if there are 2 or more civilians here, you may gain a move or a heroic feat token. Otherwise, you may add 1 civilian here. Okay, now it's an otherwise, so it is different to what we saw in the Marvel box with Brooklyn Bridge, which it said then you may add a civilian here. Or it said the other way around. I think it's you may add a civilian here, then you may remove a civilian from anywhere else. So yeah, so it's a nuance on the words for these cards. Okay, let's have a look at the back. So we've got nice dark grey. I do like dark grey. So Superheroes United. Okay, and we have the Monarch Theatre. Okay, and again, season 3 introduced. I think these variants to the locations where I'm trying to think what do I recognise the Monarch Theatre? I don't know if I do. Okay, so this was the nuance they added here. So even when this is covered up because of a mission card, this still applies. So Batman must spend an additional move to either enter this location when using movement actions during his turn. Okay, so at the end of your turn, if you sing any Batman theme out loud, you gain a heroic feat or an attack token. There does seem to definitely be more nuance in this set around that kind of engagement slash silliness, perhaps to some. I like it. I like it. Okay, Sicily. And the deal with the black backgrounds rather than the white backgrounds is generally these are negative impacts that are going to have on the gameplay. So Sicily here, at the end of your turn, if there are more thugs than civilians in this location, you must discard 1 action token if possible. Otherwise, you may draw a card and add a thug here. It's an and, so you do get to add a thug and draw a card. Okay, we've got the Roxbury Fielding Academy. Welcome Mayor Hamilton Hill. That's what it says there. Okay, so at the end of your turn, if there is another hero in this location, 1 hero may gain a heroic feat token. We're teaming together at the academy. We've got Spiral Headquarters. Look at the graphics on there. I do like the graphics always. So at the end of your turn, you may discard 1 card to either recharge, as in turn face up, 1 of your equipment cards, or gain a wild token. That's nice. I like that. Gives you an alternative means to recharge your equipment. So that's definitely a winner. We have St. Hadrian's Finishing School for Girls. And at the end of the turn, if there is another hero in this location, you may gain a attack token. Okay. We have the Kane Chemicals. For that one I know, although I didn't know. Okay, yeah, so this is Kane. I was thinking chemicals as in creation of the Joker, but it's not that chemical lab. This is Kane, which is Scarecrow, of course. So negative here, end of your turn, you may gain a movement token. You must play your next hero card randomly. Okay, so you don't have to gain a movement token, but you must play your next movement card randomly. Next card, hero card randomly. And then the amusement mile, of course, home to the Joker. At the end of the turn, it may reveal the bottom card of the Master Plan deck. If the total villain movement is even, delay the next villain turn by 1, unless already delayed. In any case, place that card face down in the storyline. Okay. Nice. So, let's dig in to... what are we going to do? We're going to do villains or heroes. Ba-bomb. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bomb. Last. Okay. So, like that's villains. Maybe. Okay. Let's dig into cards. I should probably be sat here singing the Batman theme tune, I guess. If you remember the old Batman, that is, of course. And I did like the Michael Keaton Batman theme music, which was under Tim Burton. So, okay. So, we've seen some of these before. It'll be interesting to see when I compare this with the Marvel kit, how much, if any of this, is different. It does look like certainly some of these are, which is nice, and I imagine, like the Marvel set, we'll probably get a few of these repeated throughout the rest of the Kickstarter boxes. So I look forward to that, because I can pass those on to friends. Yeah, these are definitely different. What? Okay, yeah, this sort of stuff I'm used to, where we have a trigger and an effect. Let's have a look at that. So this is for the villain. So they'll have, I believe they draw 5 and they choose 3 to keep. And they can play these when the triggers comes into effect. So at the end of a hero turn, if you are under pressure, then you may turn the latest face-up hero card in the storyline face down. So obviously it reduces the impact of those heroes. But I've not seen ones like that before. So this is definitely new. Superior Strategist. Trigger during a villain turn. When you're about to play a Master Plan card and you are under pressure, remove a Master Plan card in your hand from the game and play this as a Master Plan card instead. So you can move 0 or 2 or 4 and then bam, and then you put out 3 tokens. And you've got one similar here. So these are very different. I'm just going to flash them up on the screen if you get a chance to see them. So feel free to have a pause. You can have a read. Like I say, these do look quite different to the villain cards that I've seen to date. So yeah, so I'll be interested to see how these play. I've actually not played PvP with the Marvel United content as of yet. But like I said, I did pass on the cards to a friend so they could have a look. I've got a friend whose daughter absolutely loves the chibi style, the minis, the Marvel United, so the gameplay and what have you. But the father, my friend, isn't so keen on co-op games. He'd rather play PvP and win. He's not into winning against the game. That's not his jam. Okay, so let's have a look at the superhero cards. So the heroes get this deck to counter what the villain is throwing at them. And again, like I say, it does look like these potentially are different and new. So I will just go through those at a fairly slow pace. You get the opportunity to have a look at them. So we've got being prepared, a moment of rest. It is nice when the green screen works. Do appreciate it. And I've never quite worked out why, of all the kit connected to OBS, it just seems to be the dickiest in terms of sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Every now and then the camera will just go, yeah, I'm packing up now, and it will just completely stop and cease. You get annoying flickers going on, and I know that's not just me. I would assume that's a Chrome thing. What I have found does make a difference with that is the white balance in the OBS configuration settings of the video. Turning off the white balance really does help to reduce that flickering. However, I have often found then when I flick between scenes in OBS, often it will then reactivate and turn that white balance back on. And then you've got to get into potentially buying an additional piece of software that then controls that on a repeating basis, so it automatically triggers and turns the white balance off, and it just gets a bit crazy messy. I don't get why this stuff is so complicated. I'm trying to have a look at maybe running some live YouTube streams. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I think I'd appreciate it from a feedback perspective if I could play this game and have maybe even 2 or 3 people watching live, particularly when I've got so much going on. It's very easy to miss things, forget things, overlook things, so it's really useful getting that interaction from the comments. So yeah, let me know from the chat. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in watching, and what times potentially. I think, yeah, I might do a poll. I don't know. We'll see. I do notice I've got the Marvel Kanji Studios. Derek plays at his lunchtime, which in America is equivalent of 5 p.m. My time, UK time. So it works quite well for me because generally I'm kind of wrapping up work and I can interact and join that game, which is great. I don't know how different time zones work and what have you, but well, I know how they work. You get what I mean. Right, so we've got the missions, we've got the thugs, the rescue civilians, and the clear threats. Yeah, we've got the remove a single ward and double ward as standard challenges. We've got a kidnapping mission. So this is the Joker and Harley Quinn. Has got a green border, so that probably won't show up. But the main... What are you doing? Focus. So you just that glare. Don't know what's going on. There we go. Really? Just pick it up. Need to work. Okay, so each time there are 3 or more civilians here, discard 3 of them. And then draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. So I'm guessing they're kidnapping civilians and putting them on here to expedite their winning. Okay, so that's not a good thing for the heroes. Right, let's have a look at, talking of, let's have a look at the heroes. So we have again got what we saw with the introducing the X-Men stage. And this is the thing with this, well, one of the reasons why I'm just excited about DC Superheroes United is they've taken all that they've learnt to date with Marvel United and they've implemented it right out the gate. So this as a core box is much more on a par with Marvel United Season 3 core box across the multiverse, rather than the original Marvel United or even Marvel United X-Men. So it's just ram-packed, which is great. I love it. So we do have a starting hand card. Where is this glare coming from? Darn it. Lighting, such a bugbear. Okay, so we have his starting hand comes with bat gadgets. Recharge up to 2 of your equipment cards at the end of your turn or gain a wild token. Nice. And that is a single wild. I do like the graphics on here. I don't know why. It just, yeah. Obviously, the main layout itself is exactly the same. Okay, we've got yellow background for that text. So apologies, that's struggling to show up on the green screen. So Batman Classic, detective skills. During any of your turns, flip this card to look at the top card of the master plan deck. You may put it at the bottom. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Not seen that mechanic before. Okay. Wane resources. Give a wild token from the pool to any hero. Nice. Okay, another yellow background. So we've got mentoring. If Robin is about to be knocked out during a villain turn, flip this card to avoid Robin discarding his last card. Nice. So we can intervene and rescue Robin. Formidable fighter. Defeat all thugs in your location. Like it. You can't escape from the Batman that easily. I love that. That action pose from the Bat. Brilliant. So next villain turn, villains and henchmen in your location cannot leave. Got a double wild, we've got a single wild, and then we've got some standard cards. We've got a move and attack, a single attack, move and heroic feat, and another move and heroic feat. Like those, that's nice, interesting. Yeah, I've not seen, you know, but again, apologies, I haven't dug into even the Marvel United season 3 content yet. So, but I've not seen the hero flip cards before, so definitely new. Oh, lots of nice green background, of course, for Robin, as you would expect. So we've got a heroic feat, a move and a heroic feat. We've got an attack. We've got move and heroic feat when on his bike. Heroic feat and attack, a single wild, a double wild, and then we get into the specials. So martial artist, master martial artist in fact. So this turn, treat a single attack on the previous hero card as a double attack, and it's a move and attack in itself. Nice. We've got meditation. You can't be given crisis tokens at the beginning of your next turn with a heroic feat. Investigation. Look at the top card of Master Plan deck. You may put it at the bottom. Nice. We've got tactical analysis. Reveal the top card of Master Plan deck. If it would add more civilians than thugs, gain a heroic feat. If it's more thugs than civilians, gain an attack, and otherwise gain a move action. So it's not adding any of them at all. And we've got 2 of those like that. So it's really nice cards in there. Okay, so we have Huntress, which I believe in an alternate universe is the daughter of Batman. Okay, so Huntress, we got a move and attack, and a move and attack, and a move and attack. Wow, okay, because she's on a motorbike, what else is she going to be doing? Moving and attacking. We've got a move and heroic feat, we've got a double attack, got a single wild and a double wild. Then we go on to the specials. So we've got espionage. Look at the top card of any deck. You may put it at the bottom. Interesting. Okay. Any deck. So we've got the same with a move token and the same with a heroic feat token. And then we've got motivated by vengeance. If you defeat 2 or more thugs or a henchman this turn, at the end of the turn you may gain a heroic feat or an attack token. And we've got 2 of those. One with a move and one with an attack. So that's that, and we do have a starting hand for Catwoman. Yeah, we'll have a look at a starting hand card again. Apologies, lovely green background. Stealth Master. You can redirect damage you would take and tokens you're given to other heroes in your location. Nice. Okay. So that's with a move and a wild. So I don't think I've ever actually seen a move and a wild before. Okay, we've got Stunning Deception. Attach a stun token to a villain or henchman in your location. Nice. We've got the Master Thief. Take equipment owned by another hero in your location. They gain 1 heroic token, or if you're in a location with any thugs, gain an attack token. Martial Artist. Turn a single attack on the previous card into a double attack. Got a yellow background. Master of Disguise. During any villain turn, flip this card to ignore damage equal to the number of civilians in your location. So we've got a new little flip icon, which isn't showing up very well. So we've got a double wild and a single wild. Then moving to our standard cards, we've got another single wild. We've got a heroic feat attack, move and heroic feat, move attack, and a single attack. Okay. And then there is one last, which is, of course, our purple Superman. Let's have a look. There's lots of green on here, folks. Apologies. So, Superman controlled. So, invulnerability. You may ignore 1 damage during each villain turn. If you do, you may attack in your location. Okay. So, that is his starting hand card. And then let's have a look at his other cards. So, we've got the move and attack. We've got a double attack. I do love the graphics on these. Quite coming out, apologies. We've got a move and a heroic feat, and attack, a wild token and a wild token, a double wild token. We then have again a wild token with a move as the Kryptonian philosophy. We've got 2 of those, and then we've got a flip token, and apologies again, yellow. So heat vision. During any of your turns, flip this card to double attack, split as you like in your and adjacent locations. Nice. And finally, this is the is under control by Poison Ivy. There we go. There's the clincher. Under Poison Ivy's control, if this card is in your hand, you must play it. Each time you perform an attack this turn, deal 1 damage to another hero in your and each adjacent location. Wowza. Okay. Yeah, and we have seen there are a few characters in the Marvel United set with the black text, so the negative impact. Okay, then we have our villains. Let's dig in and see. Oh, and Hush. We'll do Hush last because he's clearly got something special going on over there. Okay, so let's start with Superman. Starting master plan card. So this is how he will begin his game. Okay, so 3 and a bam. That will always please Derek, bless him. So, falling under Ivy's control. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1, and he's going to put out some civilians. We have another 3 and a bam. Up and away. Superman moves to the location opposite the hero with the kryptonite ring. Okay, assumes that's not yet been put out, although that may be something on his board, we'll see. So we've got another up and away, so move and a bam, put out 2 civilians. We've got 4 and a bam, heat vision, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in a location adjacent to Superman's or in a location opposite to Superman's, put out a bunch of civilians. So that's another one of those with a 2 and a bam. We've got a 5 and a bam, controlling minds. Add a thug to the Poison Ivy token's location and both locations adjacent to that. Apologies if you can hear the rain in the background. It's just decided to absolutely chuck it down. So we've got 2 of those with a 4. We've got 1 of those with a 2. 1 of those with a 1. So this is the main crux of his thing there. So we got 5 of the bam putting out civilians, 1 of the bam putting out civilians, 0 of the bam with civilians, and then we're into his threat cards. That's the word. Poison Ivy's control. Apologies, I've had like 9 hours sleep over the last 3 days. I'm shattered. Poison Ivy's control. When this threat is cleared, move Poison Ivy token counterclockwise. So that was, yeah, we saw the Poison Ivy token. Okay, when this threat is clear, move his Poison Ivy token, and again, and again, again, and again. So obviously the main crux of that is based around the Poison Ivy token. Let's have a look at his actual dashboard then. So there is a special setup, as we saw, as we suspected. Okay, so special setup. A non-Kryptonian hero must choose the Kryptonian ring as one of their equipment cards. Okay, so piece of equipment, right? If Batman is in play, it must be him, right? But he is a Kryptonian. That's confusing. Okay. Kane Chemicals must be the villain starting location. Place Poison Ivy token there and then place the starting master plan card on top of the deck. And if you're playing 1v many, these are your super villain. That's the bonus to hero starters action tokens to get them going. Okay, so in a 2 hero game, he starts with 7 health, then goes up to 8 and 9. Special rules: Superman can only be damaged by a hero in his location who has the Kryptonian Ring equipment card. Wow. Okay. When knockout occurs, he repeats his BAM action. Okay. His BAM action then is to deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Superman's location, move the poison over token clockwise, and then instead when this comes about, so that's new, I'll check that out in the rulebook, deal 3 damage to 1 hero in Superman's location, move the poison over token clockwise 1 location, unless there are 2 or more heroes in the destination location. Okay, so then we're on to overflow. Poison over token is in the overflowed location or an adjacent one, move it clockwise to its location. Okay, in the villain spot, the heroes lose if the poison over token returns to the Kane Chemicals location. Oh! What? What? So it's starting at the Kane Chemical location. There's a whole ton of stuff that moves it around the board, and when it gets back to the Kane location, it's game over. What? Okay. Interesting to see how that one plays out. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, let's have a look at... we don't have... Interesting. Okay, brilliant. Loving this. Okay, so we don't have a separate Joker and Harley. We have the team Joker and Harley. Let's have a look at their cards, and this is their starting master plan card, so this is what they will always kick off with. Why is it not focusing? Here we go. Right, thank you. So this guy moves 3 and a BAM, and Harley stays where she is. Escape. Add 1 thug to every location. Okay, and we're off. Okay, do I look like I'm joking? Discard all thugs in the Joker's location. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1 unless already accelerated. And then Harley puts out thugs. Okay, so Joker moves 5, Harley moves 3, and BAM. Now, I'd be interested, yeah, did they always both BAM? Let's have a look. Looks like it. Okay. So, the healing power of laughter. If the Joker and Harley have at least 1 health each, they recover 1 health each. Can't go above the starting. Okay. 1 bad day. Flip 1 civilian in each location. Then, in each location with 2 or more thugs, deal 1 damage to each hero there. Is it disappointed to be so alone? Each hero alone in their location must either be discarded 1 from their hand or add a thug to their location. Your toys won't help you. Each hero must turn 1 of their face-up equipment cards face down or discard an action. Uncivilized people. In each location with 2 or more civilians, deal 1 damage to each hero there and move 1 civilian there to the kidnapping card. Okay, so we've seen that mission. Okay. BAM. What doesn't kill you? If the Joker would be defeated, he immediately recovers 2 health, then turn this card face down. Ooh, apologies, you did not see that green background. Okay, so you're too serious. If the Joker is in the same location as Batman or an adjacent one, draw a master plan card and add it to the storyline face down. Distraction. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1. If Harley Quinn has at least 1 health, the Joker can't be damaged next hero turn. So we've got 2, 3, of those. We've got Comedian. Each hero must discard one card from their hand. We've got 2 of those. We've got the Clown. If there are 1 or more heroes in the Joker's or adjacent locations, draw a Master Plan card and add it face down to the storyline. Got 2 of those. Got the Criminal. If there are 4 or more thugs in play, draw a Master Plan card and add it face down to the storyline. We've got 2 of those. Let's see who the henchmen are for the Joker and Harley Quinn. Masters of Disguise. Villains can't be damaged in this location if there are any thugs or civilians here. So we've got 2 of those, 3 of those, 4, 5, and Punchline. Bam! Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location. If there are no heroes here, add a thug instead. And this is the number of heroes plus 1 is her health. Okay. Like it. So that is the second of our 3 villains coming in the core box, on the basis that Joker and Harley Quinn are working together as a team. Now we don't have a starting card for Hush, so let's have a look and see what he has. 5 and a bam, Deception. Until the next villain turn, Hush redirects the first damage he would take to a civilian, to a thug in his location, if any. Interesting. And then you've got to put out a thug and 3 civilians. 5 and a bam, Watching Batman. Until the next villain turn, if any henchmen are defeated by Batman, remove the top Master Plan card from the game. Okay, we've got 4 of them with the same. We've got the Deception with 4 of bam. 3 of bam with Deception. 2 of those. And similar with Watching Batman. Another Watching Batman. More Deception. More Watching Batman. Okay. So he's either watching Batman or he's doing a Deception. And moving, bamming, and putting out thugs. All of his cards, every single one of them, have bam. So worth knowing that going in. That's where you want your hero can lock out that bam. Okay, so Henchman, the Riddler, bam. Heroes starting their turn in this location must forfeit 1 available action during their turn. We've got Harley Quinn, bam. Deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. Heroes starting their turn in this location can't damage Harley Quinn. Ooh, Clayface. Bam, if the villain is not in this or an adjacent location, add a civilian / thug here. Heroes choose. Okay. It can't be damaged as long as there are any civilians or thugs in this location. He has 2 players, he has 2 health. It's 3 to 4 players, it has 3 health. Got a Joker. If possible, move the Joker clockwise to the next location without a threat and with no heroes. Poison Ivy. Bam. Each hero with any crisis tokens must discard 2 cards from their hand and discard all their crisis tokens. Then give 1 crisis token to 1 hero in this or an adjacent location. And finally, Killer Croc. Bam. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location. Wow, what a bunch of brutes. Okay, so then we have bottom of the deck, a bunch of Hush Plan cards. I don't know how these work, so we'll find this out in the rulebook later on. So defeat Killer Croc. As long as this card is in play, other henchmen can't be defeated. They can't be dealt the last damage. Okay. Defeat Poison Ivy. Okay, so it looks like this is just for each of the henchmen. Defeat the Joker, Clayface, defeat the Riddler. Ooh. The Riddler can't be damaged. Place the villain. So the villain behind it all, riddle me that. Defeat the Riddler. The Riddler can't be damaged. Place the villain tracker on the starting space of this track. Heroes can spend a heroic feat in Riddler's location to advance the track one space. The Riddler is defeated with the track reaches the rightmost spot. And finally, defeat the Riddler. Okay. So, we've got those, and I didn't look at, apologies folks, I skipped over with the Joker and Harley, I didn't look at their boards, so we'll come back to those. We've got a special setup for Hush. One of the heroes in this game must be Batman. Suffer the Hush plus plan cards. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Because he's just continually watching Batman. It's really awkward if he isn't there. Place a random one at the bottom. Alright, so shuffle the Hush plan cards. Okay, setting aside both bottom of the deck. Place a random one at the bottom of the deck and return the other to the box without looking at it. The Clear Threats mission card is not used in this game. Instead, place the Hush plan deck in its place and reveal its topmost card. The 6 Hush plan cards from the Hush plan mission form the Hush plan mission. Okay. So he doesn't have a lot of health. He's only got 2 health with 2 players. 3, 3, 4, 4. So 1 point each. Special rules. Hush can't be damaged until all 3 missions have been completed. When a Hush plan card is completed, discard it and reveal the next one. Discarding the last Hush plan card counts as completing the Hush plan mission. Heroes can't affect the Hush plan deck by any means. KO. Remove the topmost plan card from the game. Bam. Until the next villain turn, when a henchman is defeated, if no Hush is in its location, if Hush is in its location or adjacent to it, remove the topmost plan card from the game. Overflow, remove the topmost plan card from the game. Okay, so it's all about expediting him going through his deck. Okay, so we've got Harley Quinn and the Joker. Again, apologies, green background. Special setup. Place the starting master plan card on the top of the deck. Place the kidnapping card and reach players. The Joker and Harley Quinn start in the same location. Wow, okay. Such a busy card, look at that. Wowza. Okay, so they've each got their own things, they've each got their own health. Bam. The Joker and adjacent locations move once within there into the kidnapping card. Move. Heroes with 3 or more cards in hand must discard 1 random card from their hand. In the event of overflow, draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. We'll skip over here and then we'll do the special rules. So bam. If the Joker is not in Harley Quinn's or an adjacent location, accelerate the next villain turn by 1. And then we've got an alert. Instead, move Harley clockwise to the next location with any heroes and deal 2 damage to 1 hero there. Ouch. Special rules. When resolving master plan cards, first apply the Joker's movement and bam, then apply then Harley Quinn's thugs and civilians are added, referring to Harley Quinn's location. When the Joker or Harley Quinn are defeated, they remain in play and act normally. Heroes only win once both are defeated. In the event of a knockout, draw a master plan card and face down storyline. Then turn the earliest face down Joker master plan card in the storyline face up, if any, and then resolving its special effect only. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. That is quite a bit to keep track of there when playing that, for sure. Okay, before we move on to the minis, let's have a look at the remaining cards. We've got a whole bunch of character specifics. Okay, and then we've got battle plans. I haven't actually used battle plans yet. But let's have a quick look at those. Again, these may well be very different, so I'm just going to take the time just to go through them slowly. If you want to have a look at those, hopefully they're coming up legibly enough on the screen. Like I say, I think these are new from the limited. Although I haven't played the training, the battle plan cards. But these are all beneficial, and the way it works is you get an amount of points that you can allocate at the start of the game to give your heroes these battle plan cards, and it gives them an ability, sort of an extra boost as they're playing the game. Just pop those slowly through. And of course, full details are in the rulebook. The rulebook, I'm sure, will be available to download for free from CMON's website, and it will give you the full information on how to use those. Okay, let's have a look at the generic equipment. We've got some makeshift weapons. So, makeshift weapon, a lamppost. Use on your turn, defeat a thug in your location, then turn this face down. It is exhausted. Remove this card from the game. So it really is as simple as that. So you make a weapon out of some random thing lying around. Okay, these are all going to be different. So let's have a look. We've got an airlift. Use on your turn, move, and then turn this face down. When it's exhausted, remove it from the game. So one and done. We have Comlink. Use on your turn if there are no other heroes in your location, do a heroic feat, and then turn this face down and remove it from the game. Okay, let's get all these sleeves. Use on a villain turn, ignore 1 damage that you would take, and then turn this is body armor, turn it face down and remove it from the game. Okay, now then, so this is for any hero, some more generics. Flare. Use on your turn if there are no villains in your location, place this card face down in your location. And during the next villain turn after the villain's movement, remove this card from the game, and another hero may immediately move to this location. Nice, puts out a bit of a smoke screen. We've got the flashbang. Use on your turn, attach a stunned token to a henchman in your location, and then turn this face down. It's removed from the game. One and done. Another generic is smoke pellets. Use a location. If there are no thugs in this location, place this card face down in your location. Okay, smoke pellets. During the next villain turn, heroes in this location ignore the first damage that they would take at the end of the villain turn. Remove this card from the game. So on your turn you throw it down, and then it activates on the villain's turn. Got mini mines. Using your turn, if there are no civilians here, you can place it face down, and then this is then what happens when it acts. So during the next villain turn, after the villain's movement, remove this card from the game and deal 1 damage to everything in this location. Discard all civilians there. Okay, and now we're into the hero specific equipment. Kryptonite ring. Permanent. Once on your turn, if any Kryptonian villain or henchman is in your location, you may attack against them. During your turn, you may forfeit 1 action to give this card to another non-Kryptonian hero in your location or an adjacent one. Okay. If this card is turned face down by any effect, remove it from the game. So the fact that it's permanent means that by nature it doesn't flip. But if there is a card that says flip a piece of equipment, some such, then you lose it. Okay, so for Catwoman we have goggles. Use on your turn. This turn you may ignore location permanent end of turn effects that would affect you, and then turn this face down. Recharge. At the end of your turn, if you play a hero card with no movement icons at the bottom, then you may turn this card face up. Okay. We have the Catwoman whip. Okay, so used on your turn, attack if in an adjacent location, or move one thug or civilian from an adjacent location to your location, then turn this face down. So to recharge the beginning of your turn, discard one action token to recharge this item. And of course there is that location that enables you to recharge an item as well. We've got the Huntress motorcycle, used on your turn to move, then turn this face down and then remove it from the game. So it's one and done. So she moves somewhere, parks up a bike and abandons it. We've got the crossbow punches, used on your turn to attack in the opposite location or a location adjacent to you, then turn it face down. You can recharge at the beginning of your turn, discard a heroic or wild token to turn this face up. Okay, we've got Robin, who's motorcycle, so move and then turn this face down and then remove it from the game. We've got Robin's staff, using a turn to move or defeat one thug in your location, then turn this face down. To recharge at the beginning of your turn, discard one action token and then turn this face up. Okay. We've got it's Robin's Batarang. Use on your turn to attack an adjacent location and then turn it face down. To recharge at the beginning of your turn, discard an action token to turn it face up. Nice. We've got an antidote, so now we're into Batman territory. Use on your turn at the beginning of at the end of a villain turn, any hero in your location discards all their crisis tokens. Nice. Then turn it face down, so you can then recharge at the beginning of your turn by discarding action token. Nice. Okay, we've got the lie detector. Use a return to flip up to 2 thugs or civilians in your location, then turn this face down. To recharge, discard an action token. We've got armored gauntlets. Use on a villain turn. Ignore 1 damage dealt to you, but to any hero in your location. Then turn this face down, and you can recharge by discarding an action token. You have the cape wings. Use a turn to move and turn it face down, and you can recharge by discarding an action token. We've got the grapple. Use a turn to move 1 thug or civilian from an adjacent location to your location, and then flip it over. You can recharge at the end of your turn. If you played a hero card with no movement at the bottom, turn this face up. Once per turn, you may do it by simply saying love it. And the Batarang, using a turn to attack in an adjacent location and then flip this over. To recharge, begin your turn, discard a action token. Love it. Okay, and that is it. So you get quite a bit of equipment. So you get equipment for everyone except Superman, who potentially can have generic items of equipment. Okay, so that is it. That is all of the gaming content. So you get a nice little yellow cube used to keep track of what? Oh, there was that mission card, wasn't there? With the yeah, that's of what. There we go. Okay, let's see how green screen code. Oh, it's okay actually. It's okay. See, I love it. I do absolutely love it, and I'm gonna absolutely love painting this up. I'm looking forward to getting into the painting table, but it definitely is less chibi, right? Why has my green screen just died? Oh, no, it's back. No, it's gone. What is going on, eh? There you go. So that's Superman. I do love the pose though, and it's definitely very, very dynamic. I don't know. Hey, there you go. It's almost like there needs to be enough movement for it to go, oh, you're doing something. Okay. But I do like that. That is a great mini. Okay, hopefully all the others will come out well as well. Let's have a look at Mr. J. We've got the Joker standing on a vat of toxin Love it. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. Luminous green. Why so serious? Oh, I do love a bit of JK. Okay, and we've got Harley Quinn. I love that. They're so... The poses are brilliant on here. Such an active pose. What was going on there? Okay. She's just whacking with her mallet so hard she bounces up into the air. We've got Hush. I've not gone back and watched. Of course, there was the Hush animation. I haven't gone back and watched that yet, so I do need to do that. And it did look interesting because it looked like Batman was taking a much more investigative role in that animated series, trying to work out who was causing explosions all around the city. Was effectively the storyline, as I recall. Okay, who have we got next then? So now into heroes, we'll go for Robin. Just about coping, I think, other than keep freezing. What is going on? I don't know why. Come on, OBS. Is it an OBS thing? Is it a camera thing? I just don't know. There you go. Okay, that'll do for Robin. Again, I love the fact that he's got that kind of that eagle perch that he is sat upon. Got Catwoman. I do love that. Tail and the whip. Look at all that. How dynamic is that? And these are great. These are just like, these are not going anywhere. These are great. I'm not at all concerned that that's going to break off or anything like that. So no, very, very good. Love that. We've got the Huntress up on the rooftop. Again, lovely dynamic capes. And again, I think it's just, I don't know if it's not that I don't like it, right? It's not that I don't, it's, yeah, my brain's mush. Need more than 9 hours sleep in 3 days. Yeah, I do like the dynamic poses and I like the capes. And I think as the final season of Marvel United came along, I think things in general were much more dynamic in their poses. I really enjoyed that. Look at that. I mean, it's huge. I can barely fit him on the camera. Wow. Just that. I love that. That is amazing. Cape. I wish the green screen was working properly to do it justice. Stood on that light. That is great. Such a classic pose for Batman. That is brilliant. Okay, folks, that is it. That is everything that is in the box. That is all the goodness. That is a lot of gaming content, so I'm looking forward to that. So what I might do, just as I'm taking a bit of a having made a complete hash of my very first attempt to launch into the new campaign, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple of games of this so you get to see some of these new content, and I might even go back, let me know your thoughts, play some of the new content that came obviously with the core box for season 3. We've obviously got the is it behind me, the Spider-Geddon somewhere, Spider-Geddon box that's available at retail as well. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see some of the Marvel United season 3, the latest content that came out at retail, and also this. Well, I'm going to do a couple of games of this anyway, so you get to see some of these new villains and heroes in action, and of course the equipment cards. And I may even have a look and figure out how the battle plans work and anything to fry my brain further. Love it. That is it, folks. That is all of the content. I'm going to get these all sleeved up and ready to hit the table. Thank you, as always, for watching. I hope you have liked this and found it useful and informative. Got an idea now at least of what the content is in this new core box. Yeah, in typical fashion, I had to purchase it from America, had it shipped across to the UK. Not available in the UK still. It'll probably be a few months yet before it does become available. But yeah, hopefully if you've liked this, please hit that like button. If you want to continue to encourage me, please do hit subscribe. It does encourage me. Otherwise, that's it. Just to say thank you as always for watching. I'll see you back at the table again soon. Ta-ta for now.